Okay.
To get started.
Oh, very good. Well, certainly. Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, because I went up there. Because I
That's the
haven't
one
had
in St. Land. Opelousas or something.
the Opelousas, yeah.
Nice job.
It's really nice, really nice.
Yeah, no problem.
And I went to, Grand Parish even does New York.
Really? Okay, they're getting ahead of us. Gotta go.
Right outside the fire station. That's all it
You know where you're going in the gate, they're not, they're gonna be in the middle.
Yeah, it's a big thing when you have a trailer for 27 years, now you put it in your name. It was the car truck that was the car. When they were doing chips. That's working on it.
Yeah, but chips and pictures when they have that.
Luckily, I found the original, luckily we still have the original notes. That wasn't
You come in? Okay, oh, okay, hi.
It's interesting. It's always something new.
You always gonna come on all.
I don't know anything about it. I never talked to
I'm
them.
gonna tell you.
Because you know what? I've been coming Is it the first time? No, not the first time. Says you were wasting your time.
No, it's never a waste of time.
That's what I thought. I mean, this is the new county strip road. This is.
It's never a waste of time to get the target to the It's never a waste of time. Never a waste of One
We're gonna get that CA back, they'll get one soon. Right, that too.
Squeaky wheel. Got 1 minute.
Police Jury of the Order, today's date is Thursday, September 4th, 2025. Please stand for oath of prayer followed by the pledge. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day and the opportunity to guide and serve the good people of Avoyelles Parish. We ask for your guidance and wisdom as we make decisions that impact our community. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Afternoon, everybody. A couple announcements before we get started. The Planning Commission meeting will be Wednesday, September 24th, 5 p.m. at the Maintenance Office in Mansour. And our little hearing panel will be Tuesday, September 16th at 1:30 right here in the Police Jury meeting room. Okay? We'll begin with delegates. Is Ms. Carla Juno? You have delegates, you have 3 minutes in which to speak.
My name is Carla Juno. I'm here representing quite a few of the landowners down what we call the Log Road, which is Avoyelles Road, which I know has been talked about many times. Approximately about a month and a half ago, the farmers that farm land down there started disking the road and cleaning out the ditches and throwing the mud and the trash from the road, from the ditches on top of the road, covering the existing rocks that were there. And, you know, we were okay with just the little bit of gravels that we've been having because there's 190 landowners down there that access the Avoyelles Road, Grassy Lake, Smith Bayside, and all that. I mean, my husband's been down there for 25 years with camps. I mean, you were able to come down the road, even if it had just rained, and if you had to pull over a little for another oncoming vehicle, you could do that and just wait and get back on the road. Well, now that they've disked and thrown all of this wide, they've disked it wide and then thrown all this mud on top of the rocks that we had before, you have a little narrow road. You can't even hardly see the little tiny path of rocks that has recently been put there. And if you have to pull over, you're going in the ditch. A lot of people lately have slid in the ditch, including the 18-wheeler from the oil company that's back there. Now they're logging from the back. So if there's a log truck and they're getting ready to haul cane out in the winter, so they have sugar cane back there, which is about 5 miles down the log road. I mean, if a sugar cane truck or a log truck is coming and you're in a little vehicle, where are you gonna go? Because they're not getting off the road. I mean, we're definitely gonna slide into the ditch. Right now, it's nothing but mud and ruts on the side, and you can't go back there if it just rained. You have to wait a couple of days for it to dry. So I know they have put a few rocks down there lately, but it would definitely have to be put thicker and wider than it is now, at least that you can pull over a little for both people to share the road. Right now, you cannot do that. If you meet up with somebody, you're in the ditch. And there have been a friend of ours there in Fruitway that recently tore up the whole front tire and the whole everything, just broke off the axle from going down there after it had been worked down because the trash and everything had been thrown on the road. That was pipes, there was bricks, there's all kind of stuff. That has cleared out. But the issue is that we have so little rock and it's so narrow in there that we're just not gonna be, and we go there every week and plenty landowners down there go hunting down there, getting ready to be hunting season. We just don't see how it's gonna be feasible. I mean, I have a fairly new little 4Runner. I'm not gonna wanna take a chance of sliding in the ditch and having to get pulled out every time I go back there, you know. So it's just a bad situation.
Kevin, the former meeting just the side of the road.
The farmers did some work on the road. Jacob and Alan can verify. Talk more.
But he just the side of the road.
Jacob and Alan.
So,
They
what is that, the landowner, the farmer, had got permission to pull the shoulder of the road. Then a rain called him, and then jury told him to haul, because it's become too big of a mess down there. So then the jury would be down there every week, grading and trying to pull that rock back and try to get the road back in shape.
It would take a lot of rock, because what they did is they disked all the sides, they disked into the ditches to loosen it up, to be able to to put this on with this equipment that they had. We passed it, they had this equipment that they were just pouring all this stuff, taking all this stuff from the ditches on the side of the road and pouring it on the road.
Yeah.
Now, who gave them permission to do that? I mean, I'm all for farming, I know they need to get their crops out, but we just want our road back decent, at least like it was before, which was never awesome, but at least it was decent enough that you could pass a vehicle without being afraid to go in the ditch if you pass it with someone.
He's gonna be harvesting this year, or you just planting?
No, they're gonna be harvesting this year. And they're taking out, they're logging now from back 5 miles down that road, so they're coming out with 18-wheelers and log trucks now. So if you're on this little narrow, one path, one little truck that pours the road, you're going in the ditch, because they're not getting out with a loaded down truck of logs. Just like that oil truck, I have a picture in my phone somebody sent me that was in the ditch the other day. They had to call a wreck, heavy equipment to come get them out because it was so muddy and wet. You know, I mean, the winter's coming.
Well, I don't know, I know Kevin, you weren't here when, Don Hines put all that rock.
I was there. We've had a camp back there since the seventies, since the late seventies, so I was there.
I mean, he put some rock, and the first time they created it, covered it with dirt.
But that's what happens. I don't understand why they come with road graders when naturally it's muddy, and they take all this mud that's on the side and they throw it on top of the rocks,
That's
and then
it.
you're back to
The
mud.
rocks are gone.
The rocks gone because they covered with mud. That's on the normal for years. But this is a whole other issue now that it's been plowed. And I understand that the farmers need to get their equipment out. So should the farmers have to pay for some of this rock since they're the one that
Wait till they
needs?
start harvesting, then
That's
you're
gonna
gonna see
be
something.
even a bigger problem. They said supposedly they'll use skidders to get those trucks out of there. Well, what happens to our road if they're using skidders to haul 18-wheelers loaded down? So who's responsible? Is it the parish, is it the farmers? Who's responsible?
Who's Mr. Norman? Mr. Norman again? He was supposed to speak also. I've heard different stories. I've
We're
heard
working
that-
on the road hard.
I heard a farmer took it upon himself to go down there and try to fix the road, which that's a no-no. You can't get on a public road.
I have
So he
pictures
had
of
no
what it looks like now.
permission, nobody, no permission from this jury. Alan, you wanna add in? So, I guess we could get with the district attorney and find out. I mean, I hate for y'all to have to suffer because one person's messing everything up. But, ma'am, that's a lot of money to put rock on that road. A lot of money.
Right, and I know that there's always, always an upkeep, but I mean, it was decent enough, nobody, we really didn't complain as long as there was enough that you could pass, pull over, and another vehicle you could cross, because people go down there constantly, 190 landowners, but now,
What's the estimation what we put on that so far, you know?
35,000.
Right now, we got 35 this year.
No.
Since-
Since the farmer messed it up.
Okay.
oh,
We had already put 15,000 on it before that.
Well, we might need to,
The winter didn't start. The
Right.
cane farmers that work off of state highways, they have trouble. Can you imagine back there?
I think it's 5 miles, is it about 5 miles to where the Wolf Prairie splits?
Pretty close to that, yeah.
Kevin, you never contact the jury for the commission month on that? You never contact the jury commission to work on the road?
He had permission to pull the shoulders and leave the dirt on the shoulders. And then I was contacted and told that the dirt was up on the road by our grader operator, we told him to leave. It got very, very extremely political. He came back, and I told him if he come back on the road again, I was calling the police. And next thing I know, I started getting a whole bunch more phone calls. So all I can tell you is that we're working as hard as we can to get the road back. We put 14 loads of rock on that road between yesterday and this morning. Again, that should have taken care of it. We don't anticipate putting any more.
So who's gonna put the rest, because that's not gonna hold
We
up
don't
this winter?
anticipate it needing any more right now.
Oh, my. My
Have you
husband
been
went
down there
back
this week,
there.
Carter?
My husband went there today. He said,
You should have said it looked real
yeah,
good, because I was
he said
there
it was
too.
better, but where the tires are at, he said you can hardly see rocks there. And then naturally the rocks pile up in the middle of the road and a little on the side, but it's wide enough for
They're
just.
getting packed in good, and we should be able to bring most of the old rock back up, because there was $150,000 of stone put on that whole 7.5 miles 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But as if the road graders pass and they take the sludge out of the mud from the ditches and the side and they throw it back on top of the rocks, you lose rocks every time they do that, to me.
It's normal grading what he does back there. He pulls it up and then you bring the rocks back up through the dirt whenever you have a dry weather. The 6 months that we had of rain
that's
this
been an
year.
issue too, the weather.
Yeah, the 6 months of rain we had this year was really hard for me to roll rocks back out of the mud.
It's gonna be a lot worse this winter naturally, because especially if they're having log trucks coming out of there, and then these,
The back section is still good.
the trucks
He's
once,
not, he's not back there.
No, you stay at Wolf Prairie.
Little Prairie, you know.
Okay. All right, we hear you, and, we might need to talk to some legal, get some legal aspects on this.
Okay, so the
Okay.
farmers didn't have permission, is that what you're telling me? And they just took it upon themselves to
I
do it?
don't recall anybody, I haven't given permission.
And then the farmers have not put any money on rocks on the road? Because, I mean, they're gonna be pulling out their sugar cane, it seems like they should be responsible for some of the rocks on the road.
Yeah.
Didn't y'all have a program a while back that y'all talked about on, excuse me, on roads, to where if some entity damaged the road like a logger, that actually the bill was gonna be sent to them and they were gonna repair that road? So is that in effect, or what's different here?
It was that, road use ordinance and,
Pardon?
the road use ordinance. They
Or
passed.
whatever, but I mean, if that program's in effect and this road fits the same classification, I mean, why are we having a problem here?
I mean, you got a guy that went on there and did work without our permission, I mean, so.
Well, send her the bill.
Yeah, yeah.
So they should be somewhat responsible, I would think, for them.
That's what I'm saying, we might have to get some legal aspects put into this.
Oh, yeah, and then the problem too, that landowners back there are saying if the road is so horrible, have them get a fire truck back there or an ambulance if someone gets hurt. You know, I mean, if it's so bad that you know you're gonna slide in the ditch, I mean, they're not gonna take a chance of, that's another issue. Liability.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. Mr. Blake Ravel.
Turn this a little bit, that's good. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Blake Ravel. This is my wife, Kendra. Together, we own and operate Mission Boost, as you see up on the board. We specialize in mission-focused capacity building, which that includes grant writing, grant management, board governance. We've even done employee training, strategic planning, any and everything there is to do involving a grant. We're a one-stop shop. We started Mission Boost back in 2019. My wife has 20 years now experience in writing and managing grants, where she's operated and ran multiple organizations now and brought them up to where they're at through grant success. I think all of you have received a copy of our proposal that was in the email with the minutes.
In your packet.
In the packet, yeah. We are giving y'all a proposal for a funding strategy. The way that we go about getting a funding strategy is once a project is identified, we have access to a very specific database that is very extensive, has a very extensive list of funders that only we have access to, and the people who are also on the database with us. We can narrow it down, once a project is identified, we can narrow it down to 100, from 100 plus funders down to the top 10 to 20 pursuits to give y'all the best possible chance of success with whatever your project is. So, we wanted to come in today, we wanted to introduce ourselves, we wanted to go over that funding strategy with y'all, make sure that there was any question, if there was any questions, we could answer them. Also, that's not, I don't know if it, does it say in the funding strategy about the next step?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, okay. So just to touch base on that too. We can provide the funding strategy and come up with all that, but once the funding strategy is given to y'all, it's a list. It's a list of all the potential top, like I said, top 10, 20 pursuits that for whatever specific project y'all have. Once y'all get that list and y'all decide, you know, y'all want to move forward with this project and pursue these grants, then you can either take the list once we provide it, once that part of the contract will be done, y'all can take that list and run with it. And y'all can write the grants, y'all can do all the work, all the fun stuff. Or if you would need our expertise throughout the whole process, we can amend the contract into what we call a retainer contract. And then we can take care of all the legwork that nobody has the time or patience to usually do, because it is a lot. Ms. Jamie can attest to that. Grant writing is a lot. So, we, like I said, we're a one-stop shop. We take care of any and all grant needs. So we wanted to come and introduce ourselves, wanted to establish a little connection. I know most of the people in here and I've known them for a long time. Mr. Mark just asked me a really good question a while ago. He asked if we focus kind of mainly on CDBG grants. We do take care of CDBG grants, but we also focus on a lot of other projects outside of that aspect. I mean, it could be anything from city parks, building a new fire station. I was asked in another parish, I won't specify who, they wanted a new courthouse. I mean, we can, any project that's out there where we can get funding for and provide our services, we're there for it. So, if there's anything that y'all need, or any projects that y'all would like to look into and move forward with, please contact us, and we can start working immediately. So, if you have any questions about any of that,
Yeah, I got a question. I got
Yes.
2 questions.
Absolutely.
You've already spoken to them, I think. Do you search out the grants?
absolutely.
And are you like a lawyer, you only get paid if you win?
So, yeah, not necessarily. I'm gonna let her take this part.
No, so we follow very strict fundraising ethical guidelines, and our ethics standards prohibit us from getting a percentage of your project. So we charge the retainer fee to write the projects. We guarantee a high quality project. We go through the funding strategy with you up front so that we agree on everything, and we have a really good chance of success. But we do not take any portion of the funding that you get awarded.
What is your success rate?
I've been doing grants for 20 years. It's not something that I've tracked over the last 20 years. I've obviously have been doing this for a long time and been very successful. I mean, I can tell you, yeah, I've successfully written over $5 million in grants, I suppose. Some federal, $1 million in grants, I'm sorry. $1 million. So some of them were for private foundations, some are federal, some are state, but that's the extensive database that we have. It's not just federal funding.
I think we need somebody like you.
Well,
We're available. You have a proposal in front of you, and there's our contact information on there with next steps and everything. Once you identify a project, we can get to work on it.
So this fee right here, what's the fees paid?
Is that per project?
which fee are you referencing?
$3,500.
$3,500, that's for the funding strategy. Okay, so that's for us, once you have a project, say you want a park, okay?
Great.
We're gonna go into our database, once we sign this contract, we say, hey, we want this park, we want a funding strategy, we wanna see what our options are as far as getting funding. That's when we're gonna go into our database, we're gonna go do all of the research, all of the legwork, all of the dirty work behind the scenes, and get you those top 10, 20 pursuits where you have the best chance of success.
I got you.
Yeah,
And that's only half, correct?
I'm sorry?
That's half now. And
Yeah, it would be half at the beginning and half at the end, when the funding strategy is actually given to you.
it's only specific to one project, or you can do multiple projects under this one fee?
It'll be one project,
One-
unless they're very similar,
I got
but
you.
the way that we do a search, it would have to be separate.
I got you.
Yeah, the projects can be so different, you know, and it would have to
Yeah.
be from a funder way on this side of the field, and a funder
No,
way
that
on
was
this
the
side.
same
Yeah.
scope, you know?
Right.
Yeah, if we have the same
Same
scope,
category,
yeah,
yeah.
we can combine some things.
Okay.
So,
So if they wanted to build 2 parks, you'd only charge them 1 fee because those are like very
Correct.
similar, blah, 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 blah.
Exactly.
Yes.
Thank you.
so, I'm more of the project management when it comes to the business, but she is the wizard when it comes to this, and she is unbelievably talented at what she does. Like I said, for the last 20 years, she's been doing it. And she's had a ton of success in a lot of different organizations, so. We're from Avoyelles Parish. I'm from Bruyette originally.
I'm
She's
from
from
Fifth
Fifth
Ward.
Ward. You know, so this is our hometown. This is our home parish.
And not only that, his mother worked in this office for years.
Yeah, my mom was Janice Prevail. She worked in that office right there. I grew up in this building right here when the desk was like this. It was a big U coming this way. So yeah, you know, we're rooted here. We want to invest locally as much as possible. We work all over the state and beyond, but we want to invest in our home, you know, as much as possible. So we were excited to come talk to y'all today. And
Do you
Yes, sir.
mind if I ask you how many you're working on right now? Fair
We have,
question.
yes, we have 5 active contracts for retainers. It's a 12-month agreement, and then we periodically take in like 1 or 2 little one-off projects. Like I have one right now that's it's only a 4-month project for animal care.
But you got time.
Oh, yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, we're available,
Yeah,
yeah.
and we also work with other grant writers, so we're part of a collective, and so we work with others. So if there's a particular field that, I don't know, say a university, I haven't done a lot of work with universities. There's other grant writers that I partner with that have done that type of work. So yes, we are available, we do have the capacity to take on multiple projects.
Thank you.
Big's been a nurse and he just.
Physical
quit
therapist.
nursing. Therapist.
Totally different.
Yes, ma'am.
He was the one that kept Pop straight, make him sit up.
Yeah, I wish he was here, I'd love to see him.
Through our work with the legislature, I worked there for 18 years, Kendra was always one that was a go-to for me when I needed to refer people for grants and information, and she did. She started off real small with small agencies, and she has improved herself and gone higher and higher and higher. So now she owns her own business. And we have never received any complaints about her. Always good work, successful work well done. And Blake will, for Casey.
Thank y'all.
She knows me personally, so she's gonna pick at
Thank
me.
you. Thank y'all for coming and
Absolutely.
you probably be getting some calls.
Yeah.
All right.
We're looking forward to it, and that goes for anybody, you know,
Yep.
y'all reach out, I'm gonna leave business cards here, if that's
That's fine.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah, and anybody needs to contact us, please, feel free.
All right, thank you.
Thank y'all. Absolutely.
Sweet.
All right, good.
Yes,
Ms.
absolutely.
Twyla.
Yeah.
Come on.
Need to get up, need to get up.
That's her. Oh, she was gone.
Back.
I was gone, I heard I was missed.
Everybody's saying that.
Thank you to those who asked. It was not me, it was my husband. I don't put personal business, but David had a micro heart, don't put this off my time. David had a micro heart attack and had to have a stent put on the right side. So he's doing well, everything's good, so I'm back.
Good to see you, Ms.
Don't have you.
I'm here tonight to talk about the litter ordinance as it pertains to the yard signs. And I had spoken with Barry, he was supposed to be here tonight, I'm sorry he couldn't be here. The way it is now, someone running for election can put their yard signs up, they have a certain amount of time after the elections, they have to pick them up, we all know they don't, blah, blah, Barry's gonna be enforcing all that. Past that, the only yard signs that can be put up are in private places, no public places. I'm here today specifically to ask you guys to amend that ordinance pertaining to nonprofit organizations. Here's why. September is Mental Health Suicide Prevention Month. Safe Sin Law is going to be here in Morrisville on the 20th for their run. If you're not familiar with Safe Sin Law, that's Andy and Angela Dixon, and they are a mental health awareness and suicide prevention organization. They also are going to be teaching the assist classes here. We have class in Simmsport and Moorville scheduled at this time. They do these to be able to put in businesses. They also have the professional yard signs. And Andy says, of course, they can't put them here up in Avoyelles Parish. It's not allowed by our ordinance. It dawned on me that for our nonprofit organizations, why not? Okay? We want to help our nonprofit organizations in every way we possibly can. So what I'm asking is y'all consider amending the ordinance as it pertains to the yard signs. Can't be handmade signs, it's got to be professional made signs. The reason being, if somebody invests very little to no money in those signs, what is the motivation for them to come and pick those up after the event? None. As Andy says, they always pick up their yard signs because they're not cheap to make and they can't waste the money. They always go back and pick up their events. So specifically what I'm asking is amend the ordinance to allow for legitimate, valid, nonprofit organizations to be able to put up these signs, these yard signs, X amount of days in advance of an event. 10 days, 14 days, whatever time frame. And that the signs must be picked up, there again, 10 days, 14 days after the event. If the organization does not pick up the signs after the event, that's where Barry comes in. He's around this parish every day. He'll know they've been there too long, and then he proceeds as he would with anybody else. Any business or anybody else who has got a road sign up that should be up. I think it would be good. It would help our nonprofit organizations. So yeah, that's what I'm here today and what I'm asking, and I would love questions.
Jimmy, you have some?
Yeah. Listen, I'm all for all profits, a nonprofit organization. The ordinances come from the state level, and it tells you what litter-free zones are. And unfortunately, it excludes politicians, which is real difficult to tell a businessman or whoever that they can't put their signs out, but a politician can under different rules. So I've got an issue with that, but that's how it is. Now, in terms of signs being put out, we've done the parish ordinances based on state, and frankly, today, everybody has a good reason. Now, you can get on Facebook and advertise all you want, and it's probably a better way of doing it. Now, what will happen is, you're gonna grant this nonprofit, we're finally getting a handle on this. So you're gonna allow nonprofit to come in and do it. Now you have one, now you have two. Now you got the schools, now you got the Catholic schools, and you got everybody else that has a good reason to go stick a sign out, and you're back at the same point. So personally, based on the work that we're doing, I recommend that you don't do it.
Now, are schools and whatnot, they're not nonprofits.
But they're doing it, and we're still, and we fight all this because everybody thinks that it's okay for them to do it. We're just trying, how are you gonna tell a guy that's a business that's putting out a sign that he can't do it and a nonprofit can? I mean, where's the logic in it? So the best thing is, if you're gonna stop it, you stop it completely. That's my opinion.
And I hear.
And it has nothing to do with you and the nonprofit. I support you 100%. But I think that today, with the social medias and the different ways of advertising, there's different ways of doing it that don't put out these signs.
And I respect Jimmy's opinion. I disagree with it because I think if schools are doing it, other people are doing it that are in violation of the ordinance, then that's what we have your litter abatement officer to enforce your ordinances. I do put nonprofits in a different category because for me, nonprofits for this walk, if there's a good turnout and whatnot, that also helps to bring business to the parish. It doesn't make business for the businessman putting his tree cutting service sign out, but the goal also should be, can it benefit the parish and benefit a nonprofit organization? That's my opinion. I understand that it's still going on. Whether you guys approve this or not is not gonna stop the schools from doing it and the illegal people from the business owners. So that's where enforcement comes into effect, and we've had a lack of enforcement in Avoyelles Parish for a lot of years. Jimmy and them, kudos to them. They're at the point where now there can be some enforcement. I feel like nonprofits shouldn't have to pay the price for the violators who are gonna violate anyhow, and the way to prevent that is enforcement. Thank you for the question, Sam. Anybody else?
Yeah, I never asked my question.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's right, Jimmy's fault. My bad. What's your question?
You pretty well answered it, but my question was basically, who else do we open this up to?
Just nonprofits.
Well, I hate to tell a school they can't, or a church they can't advertise their church fair. I don't know that we should be telling them that.
You're telling them that now that they can't advertise only on public property.
What's the
I mean, on
state-
private property.
That's right.
But Jim, you know what the state ordinance is right now about the exact places we're talking about, make sure we understand?
Private property only, right, Jimmy?
Right. No
Yeah, obviously, we mirror state almost word for word. And their deal is, they don't specify it's okay for nonprofits, they don't specify that it's okay for schools. What they're saying is, if a temporary sign is what they call it, temporary yard sign, flyers, list of things. If it's posted in a public right of way, it's a violation.
So if we let nonprofits do it, then when somebody else comes, puts theirs in there, and then it escalates, then we'll do business twice.
Well, but you know, at some point in time, okay, whichever way you go, I'll have to accept. But also at some point in time, you have to also say, okay, is this a valid request? nonprofits, do those nonprofits, it benefits that organization, does it benefit the parish, blah, 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 weigh the pros and cons, and say we're gonna do for nonprofits, and when you do that, say we're gonna do for nonprofits, but nonprofits only, and then you stick with that. Yes, if you allow this, and then 3 months from now, somebody else comes, the business owner comes and asks that this one, Joe Blow, John Doe, this and that, you start giving in to everybody, yes. But at some point in time, you gotta make a decision. So if that decision, if the easier decision is to say, we're not gonna do it for anybody, period, okay, then Tuesday night, tell me that, that's the way it is, that's what we're gonna go with. And since you're here, Jimmy, correct me if I'm wrong, Save Sinlaw, their yard signs, if they chose to put them up, they could go and ask a business owner, can I put this yard sign up for 2 weeks for this
On their
event?
business.
Like, man,
As long as it's private property.
Right, so the Why Not could say, yes, you can put it up, but you gotta take it down, whatever, just not on public
Right away.
right of way and public property.
That's right. If you get the private business owner, private property owner to say, you can put it on my property, it can stay there until it falls over. That's not public business, okay? And I've seen them on private property that I just have to look the other way.
And you cringe.
Because it's on the line, but it's, you gotta make that call, but anyhow. So, I just think and this kudos to you guys and the nonprofit, the military, whoever, but if you start, we finally kind of grabbing a handle on this, and if you start reversing, making exceptions, you're opening this all over again. And that's my opinion, so.
I'm just wondering, Jimmy was stating the state law, a district can be more restrictive, but you can't be less
So I'm
restrictive
saying-
than the state law.
Is that correct or incorrect, Jimmy?
I'm trying to follow it.
Can a Vols change their ordinance to allow this when the state does not?
I would think not, because it's less.
You
Say,
can't override state
if the state ordinance said that you can't do this except a nonprofit, and they would okay that, but then the parish can come back and say, we're even gonna kick that up a notch, and we won't allow anyone to do it. See, but you can't decrease it.
You may need to go to the state legislation and get them to change this. I don't see us,
And that's something to reach out to them and get their opinion of it, changing legislation. for
Okay,
nonprofits.
all right, so, and by all means, correct me if I'm wrong, because I know y'all are not actually voting on anything tonight, but would it be safe to assume, based on y'all's questions and what Jimmy has said, that I can go ahead and tell Andy and them that a change in an ordinance is not gonna happen, so we need to go with just the private property, contacting private
I'd
property
say you'd be
owners?
very safe doing so.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much, I'm done.
Right.
Was that under 3 minutes? Hey, but some of that was y'all's
Some
talk.
of it was on us. Okay, we'll start. Jack's not here, so we don't have the financial report. Mr. Joey? Osep?
Good afternoon, everyone. Continue our prayers on our hurricane preparedness, because it's always been going around or gone out before it gets to anybody. So please continue the prayers there. As far as my office, we are working on a few things, the grants, wrapping them up. Brian's cutting grass, it's growing like crazy, and Mr. Twine's putting signs, or we putting them. He's done 96 this past month. That's what he's done. They have a Louisiana Emergency Management Conference coming up, a mini conference in Lafayette on the 20th and 22nd, and it is reimbursable through the EMPG grant. I'd like to attend, so if possible. Yes, sir. It's October I just got it today, 20th and 22nd.
Is it on there then?
No, that's not me. That's,
Yeah.
yeah, so, okay, whatever. That have to be done, it can be done next month anyway.
Sorry.
So, anybody have any questions, comments?
George, COVID, is it coming back?
Yes, very much so. Yes. There's a lot of cases happening right now. Yeah. And the generator, I'm waiting on another price. I've asked 2 other electrical contractors to come give me prices, and I still have not got prices. So I don't know what it is, but.
That's your
you know.
shop?
Sir?
What is your shop?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Kevin, the other night, we were having a meeting at the, it was the last
Up next anyway.
2 planning commissions. Remember the electrician went out and the generator, you have a generator? Never came on.
It's a manual override. You have to manually go out there and turn it on and switch it over. And I was told don't worry about it.
Y'all
Y'all were finishing up.
was cheap the last police jury that you served on, and y'all went manual instead of automatic.
Yeah. Now the last big storm we had, power was out at the yard, you know, and we ran it that night to fuel up a couple trucks. But other than that, we didn't really need it. We have the emergency lights inside, and we had to fuel up trucks that night back at the barn because we have a few problems with our fuel track cars still have. Some of them work, some of them not. Me and Jamie working on that. You know, I had to send some guys to Baton Rouge to pick up a truck that was in the shop, so I gave them cash to buy fuel to get back. You know, so with Jamie and I working on that. But back to the generator, it's a manual switch. It was a $20-something thousand upgrade or $25,000 upgrade. Yeah, it took about 5 seconds to tell the contractor, no, we don't need it.
It's and kind of full of, and it's like the generator here. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a manual disconnect.
Yeah, when we need it, it's you
Yeah.
throw one switch, crank the generator, you're running.
But need to, it'll start getting dark earlier, we're gonna be having meetings, if it goes out, somebody needs to know how to turn it
That's
on.
not a problem. We'll take care of it. We'll take care of that. That's not something that happens very often. We'll take care of that.
That's when those trees fell.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we worked most of the night that night. Yeah, so that was the night we did crank it after y'all left to get fuel for the trucks. Came back in. All right, on y'all agenda tonight, Louisiana Parish Engineers Supervisors Conference, October 8th and 9th. It's something I normally attend every year. This is where I get a lot of my bridge program input, things like that, and got some grant writing and grant paperwork that they're gonna be going over very extensively over there on that too for us to make sure we stay in compliance schools. So anyway, that's down on number 10. I'll ask that y'all approve that.
Where is it?
It's gonna be a Manny.
Man,
Yeah, so, I didn't go last year because it was down like in New Orleans or something. So actually I got Miss Barbara, she, called me and updated me on a conference call on it. Year before that I was in Lake Charles, or year before that I was in Alexandria. So, went to those two in Lake Charles and Alexandria. I'm gonna start off tonight with solid waste, okay? We've had, most of y'all know that our old trailer that we haul our white goods and our tires with is just not any more good. I mean, we use it to just nothing left, and the welders are telling me that they can't repair it anymore safely. So we've been looking for another trailer. I never would have dreamed that this hard to find a trailer. But we have found a couple out there, still looking around, but we paid $5,000 for this one 7 years ago. It was pretty rusty when we got it. I'm hoping to find something somewhere in the $20,000 or less range. So y'all just keep that in the back of your minds. I'll be keeping Jacob up to date on that. When we find something, we probably going to have to jump on it. You know, we found some in Alabama and a few other places, and I got a phone call last night and might, if it turns out good, we'll have us a really nice trailer at a very good price. I'll update y'all on that if it happens and it comes in.
Has to be closed in too.
No, it needs to be open top, with extra heavy-duty sides.
No railings, huh?
Yes, and no railings across the middles. 'Cause you're dropping metal in it, and then you go to the scrap yard, they reach in there with the big grabs and the magnets, and they pull everything
I
out.
thought it was just the tires.
No, we haul tires and scrap iron with it, you know. In the last couple of years, we've been selling anywhere between $23,000 and $33,000 worth of just white goods. Where in the old days when jury used to do it, they'd get $2,000 a year,
So,
you know.
could we put it on the agenda and designate a certain amount? Whereas if you find it, then you can go ahead on
Yeah, but
and get
we
it.
can pre-approve.
Jacob and I kinda talked about that, maybe put a not to exceed of 20,000.
Well, let's put it on the agenda. I'm not getting any business or anything.
Yeah, well, we had talked about that. I mean, we found some trailers and found some retrofitted trailers that they have braces across the top. It's actually called a gondola. Why that, why gondola, I have no idea, but that's what it's called. After spending hours on the internet researching trailers and trying to find them, you know. There's a place in Tennessee that builds them. But we have another outlet. Like I said, I got a phone call last night that we may have something else. So y'all can put it on that.
You feel safe at 20,000 more?
Yes, sir.
20,000?
Yes, sir.
Laura, you had the agenda.
I think we do, I think we are. If it comes to more than that, we'll back up and punt and do something else, you know. But also on solid waste, and I'm gonna ask everybody to listen close. We don't have a lot of problems, but we have problems with people coming into the yard, not wanting the guard to see what they have in their trailer, not listening to the guard, where the guard tells them he has to separate things. Now, guys, we're under DEQ mandate to do this stuff properly. We've got all the permits that the jury didn't have in the past, and the fines were 10,000 on top of 10,000 on top of 10,000. We've pretty much gotten rid of all that where we didn't have to pay anything. But when people come into the yard and don't want to comply with the guard's directions, they are basically told to leave. And most of the time they do. Every once in a while, Kenneth or I will get a call, and we'll go out there and escort them out. Okay? We had one a while back that was very nice to Mr. James. Y'all, except for Mark, got the email and everything else. Barry and them worked it. Charlie and Jonathan have it. Man was very nice to Mr. James. James told me, he said, you got to take that in the back and separate it. When a man couldn't separate it, he loaded the trailer with a backhoe. He just went over there and dumped it. And in that trailer was some cans. We don't know if it was paint, chemicals, or what. We rushed and jumped through hoops and got rid of that legally. And there was a few other things in there that were questionable that we got rid of. If DEQ would have just bounced in there, and they do from time to time, it wouldn't have been nice. Okay? So the public, and with y'all permission, I'm fixing to send a little article to the paper, and we're on, especially what I'm fixing to talk about. Todd and them did a great job of announcing that the yard was closed from a fire. Tuesday at 11 o'clock, Joey's coming in the morning. I'm gonna show him the film. Anybody else want to come? Joe, you tell them what time you'll be there. Y'all can come. I'll come. I got the cameras all set up. Right at 11 o'clock, a maroon Chevrolet SUV pulled into the yard, pulling a little 8 or 10 foot trailer. He had a bunch of scrap on the back, and he had a refrigerator in the trailer. And when he passes underneath the cameras, you can see the door's not quite closed. Mr. James wasn't there that day. We had another guy working the dump. But James would have known to open that door, see what's in it. The guy we had doing it, I don't know if he was busy or what, the man went and unloaded the refrigerator. At 2:03, my trackhoe goes over there and grabs that refrigerator, throws it up on top of the white goods pile, and within 10 seconds, you have a flame that's shooting up about 10 foot high. Just exploded right there. He immediately takes his bucket and mashes it down, and then grabs a big handful, what we call a handful with the thumb in the bucket, grabbed the refrigerator and a bunch of other scrap iron, and took it out of the pile and put it on the ground, and in just that fast, the smoke was so bad you can barely see the trackhoe coming across the trackhoe. So he starts moving, and within 7 minutes, that whole side of that white goods pile was all in flames. You know, it's a metal pile, but it's got wire in there. It's got insulation from different things. It's got lawnmowers that still have the oil in them. It's got some engine blocks in there. All this stuff, believe it or not, burns.
we had 5 fire trucks working this fire. We had one fireman that got second-degree burns on his foot. He didn't have his proper protection gear on his feet. And I guess some oil or something came out of something in there. Anyway, he had to be taken out in the ambulance. I came back in, we took the 2 Tracos. Luckily, we had one big Traco in the yard for maintenance. Well, I ran up front, grabbed it. Glenn was on the other, and we started working the pile from each side, cutting straight through the pile behind the fire. Once we got us a big hole cut through, the fire department started spraying in there. And 2 pieces of stuff, I don't know what it was, down in there. I grabbed them with the bucket and the thumb, and I brought it out and put it where the fire trucks could hit it. It was like a blowtorch. If you take your propane burner and turn it on wide open, that's what was coming out of that metal. So there's stuff in there that will burn. Now, a lot of good things happen. A lot of good things happen. The jury spent the money and fixed up the yard back there. Everything is separated. Closest thing we had to that was about 25, 30 feet. We had some 40-yard roll-off containers. We moved them out the way. Tires were 300 foot away. The green waste pile was about 500 foot away. So nothing else was going to catch fire but that one pile. You know, the one fireman come, he said, "Why don't you just let it burn?" I said, "Dude, we can't. It's just black smoke coming out here." I said, "We got to put this out." You know, and we did. We got it out. We had it out for a little after 5 when I called y'all. Yeah. And all this happened, like 2:03 is when it just explodes. It happens. I mean, here a good while back we had a propane tank. When they hit it with the Traco, we have to punch holes in them. It blew up. But if we have a contained area where we do that, behind some concrete, and you're 15 foot from that bucket when you bust a hole in it. So, you know, and we got cages on the machine, so you know that's a little different deal. You expect that when you're busting a propane tank. You have to have a hole in it before we can take it to the place. But people bringing stuff into this yard that are not supposed to be bringing stuff in. Big sign up there, what can come in and what can't. No kind of hazardous material. You know, so when we tell somebody they can't dump, or we turn somebody around the gate, it's not a little thing. You know, this could have turned into something really, really bad. So you look at the pictures that I sent out with the hoses straight over the air and the black smoke coming out. That looks like when they're on them skyscrapers, blowing water over the top. You know, I mean, Jacob and Alan, y'all both work through the fire department, so y'all know what I'm talking about. So that's why I wanted to talk a lot tonight on solid waste. You know, we have a really good operation back there. It's cleaner than it's ever been. Public comes in, makes a circle, dumps. They put everything out. 99% of the people that come in the yard respect my guards, do what they're asked to do. They're polite. They drive slow on the road. It's that little 1%. You know. So, as things move forward, every once in a while y'all going to get an email from us or something, you know. We do have one man in the parish that's banned from the yard. He's banned from the yard.
Do you have a question? Yes, I have a question. Is James, is he the yard manager?
He's our guard at the gate.
What's his authority in regard to if an incident occurs, to him calling the sheriff's office?
I told him do not get involved like that. The man's 70 years old. He was instructed by other people to call the sheriff's office. I told him, no, I don't want you calling the sheriff's office. You call me or Kenneth. And if the sheriff's office needs to be involved, we will call the sheriff's office for you. He's back there by himself all the time. Got cameras all over, but I don't want him to get involved like that.
You don't need to pour gas on the fire.
No, he's been there for, oh Lord, I don't know how long Mr. James been with the jury, 25 years?
Yeah.
But still, you know.
You know, I was just questioning the procedure that you guys had.
Yeah, he walks away.
Okay.
He walks away whenever he tells them they can't dump.
The camera's on,
Right.
and he'll call you and you'll have.
Yeah, like the man that dumped on the side, James told me, he said he was real nice to me. I said, yeah, I could see y'all on cameras when I looked at it the next day, or that Monday. And they steady there talking, and James, as you can see him shaking his head no and pointing to the piles, and the man just politely gets in his truck, makes a circle, throws some stuff in the dumpster, then dumps the dump trailer, and as he's dumping, you can see James walking back up to him. I guess, you know, I said, what did you tell him? He said, well, I told him he wasn't supposed to dump. And he said, yeah, okay. He just kept on dumping, so James walked away, and that's what I wanted him to do.
And we had a previous incident where they had a guy wanted to jump on James.
That's exactly right.
So that's why everything was changed to the way it is now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't add gas to the fire.
Right, right. And we've had some people that got crazy with it, you know.
Kevin, do you know who it was? Do you know who your perpetrator was?
That dumped the trailer?
Yeah.
Yeah, the DA has it.
Do you have recourse?
The DA has everything.
Okay.
He has everything. Him and Barry have everything. Man's name, everything.
I have a question if I could, because we've already had that situation before with paint cans that have a little bit of paint in it. What can you do with that?
You can leave them open at your house and let them dry.
Okay, that's it.
Okay.
You can't bring them to you.
You can't bring them in wet.
Right, so you can just let it dry.
Right.
And bring it.
Same thing with chemical cans, you know. You wash them out at your place and they're washed and the top's off of them. There's nothing in there that prevents me from throwing them in our dumpster, you know.
If I understood correctly, so if I open my paint, because I have some, open the paint cans, let it dry till it's hard, then we can bring it to you guys?
As long as it's hard and open.
Sweet.
Mhm.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
What causes the problem is you throw the paint can in the dumpster, when he mashes all that down, that can just explodes.
Okay.
If you look at one of my Traco, that Traco that's in there now is about 2 years old. It's a $180,000 machine. It's got brown paint on the right side. That was a paint can that was in some stuff he didn't know. When he grabbed it, it busted.
Okay.
I got brown paint on a yellow machine.
Good information, thank you.
But we can't. People want to bring a whole bunch of sheetrock over there. Can't take it. A whole bunch of insulation. You can't take that. You know, we're not a dump. We are basically a transfer station. We're a solid waste yard. You know, the jury decided years ago to open this up to help the public out. Hopefully, keep some stuff from getting thrown on the side of the road. Because when the tax went into effect, you had all these dumps all over the parish. Well, those got closed, and you have these people. Well, what am I supposed to do with all this stuff? You can't expect everybody to bring everything to Elliott. Now, if you have anything that's hazardous, anything we can't take, we send people to Alexandria. If they have an actual transfer station that goes straight to the landfill, they can take everything. You know, we are more so just a holding facility. I forget exactly how our permits are worded, but if we were to go into anything else, there's a lot more to our permitting process and a whole lot more than what the jury can really get into at that place. You know. Barbecue pits, people call all the time for us to pick up a barbecue pit at their house. We cannot pick up a barbecue pit at your house because too many times they're still full of charcoal, sometimes with meat. You can clean it out at your house or you can bring it to the yard. You know, and most of the time the people understand. You know, there's a lot of stuff that they call us. That, you know, if they bring a refrigerator or a freezer, it has to be empty. It can't be full of meat. You know.
Kevin, can you touch on commercial entities and what they can and can't do with the dumpster?
The taxes for residential pickup.
Commercial, you're supposed to have a dumpster.
Right.
Well, that's what, I mean, some people don't know there's issues with that, so while we're on camera.
Yes, the taxes for residential pickup, and the jury moved into this house-to-house pickup for white goods and sofas and things like that through the years. And y'all knew white goods truck is really doing great, saving us a ton of money. One-man operation. Sometimes they don't go out if they have, you know, a lot of traffic. So,
How about that
y'all good?
elevated ramp, is that working?
No, we're still not using that yet. Everything's going too good like it is, and Progressive can't keep up with the dumpsters that we have. So we always have to have some on the pop.
Some people ask me why it's not working.
Right.
Thank you, Mr. Cabot.
Okay.
All right. Miss Danielle Hood.
I attached, I did something new this time for the meeting. I attached our 2-year tool to you guys' packets. This is what I use to kind of keep up with funding and what's going out, what's coming in, other than, of course, the bank statements. If you look at the second page, where it says actual HAP, in the month of August, we wrote $62,838 worth of HAP and utility payments. I issued 11 vouchers in August, and we have a total of 122 tenants. Let's see, the vouchers, 5 of them were existing tenants and 6 of them were new tenants. We did get utility allowance updated all that's done in the system, so that's all finished. I'm just waiting on the admin plan. I've gotten 39 files completely finished, and I have 19 I'm still waiting on information from, between landlords and tenants. But as I'm doing renewals, I'm going through and seeing what's needed and what's not in there.
Question for you.
Yeah.
Did your inventory pick up? Y'all were having inventory problems a while back. Has your inventory picked up?
I have had, I guess, about maybe 5 landlords,
That's it?
5 new.
How many vouchers you have just sitting there?
As of now, I have, let's see, I think I have 10 left. But I did move 3 people out as of today, so I have 13.
So you're still doing it on a yearly?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Now, I did send out, I believe, 20 letters. So those 10 should be filled soon. I'm just going through the process of background checks and all the fun stuff.
That's pretty good, 39.
Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I heard recently that the apartment complex on Highway 1 is under HUD now.
Mm-hmm.
Does it fall on our office of HUD, or does it fall on the federal?
So it's not fully under HUD. We do have a lot of tenants that live there, but there are a lot of people that live there that don't get any government
Okay.
funding. Yeah, they pay strictly out of their pocket.
So that's up to you?
With that one, not that I know, not that I'm aware of. I think that's kind of how it's always been.
Yeah.
Now, I think they do like income-based rent, so they kind of give you a cheaper rent amount depending on your income. They don't charge you the full amount.
So it's still a private company, and we give HUD vouchers.
Right,
for period, yeah.
right. I think it's out of Baton Rouge, if I'm not mistaken. Mhm.
All right, any other
That's it.
questions? Very informative.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Ms. McDaniel.
Okay, August report, we had a total of 157 permits, a little bit more than last month. 52 rentals, 24 people purchased homes, 23 electrical, 3 generators, 16 new construction, mostly sheds, lean-tos, that's all considered new construction, 3 houses. 9 RV setups, 14 contractor renewals, 12 mobile homes, 2 cell tower upgrades, that's just adding, normally it's Verizon hooking onto an AT&T tower, and 2 solar panels. We do have a waste tire committee meeting on the 18th, which is a Thursday at 10 a.m., Planning Commission on the 24th. And I do have a company, I'm not sure where they're from, if they're from here or even Louisiana, but they are inquiring about an industrial plant in, I believe, Effie, to turn wood chips into carbon, so we're trying to figure that out. It's in your district, trying to figure that out and see, yeah, what they need, and, because we don't have an industrial permit yet to cover that, so.
Would that be something we could work with the pipeline thing we're talking about, maybe working together?
Maybe.
Yeah.
You gonna put that on the committee?
He's coming to the planning commission, yeah.
Yeah, I already asked April to have them call me, so I
Yeah,
can figure
I
out
mean-
what it is they're trying to do.
I'd like to know who it is.
Okay.
Okay,
Who's
Thank
going to
you.
the planning commission?
so, all right, thank you. Miss Candy, library.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, ladies and gentlemen of the public. So I'm here to report library activity from over the month of August. In terms of circulation, we had over 2,000 items borrowed branch-wide, and that includes over 700 digital checkouts from our new e-library service, Cloud Library, which replaced our old e-library service. It was called e-Magnolia Library. And I believe our circulation went up due to how well we advertised it, and staff had training on it, so everything was a smooth process. New library cards issued, 22 and counting. I say counting because we have recently partnered with a local business. I'm not going to say it right, Miss Marie. I'm still working on my French. Thank you. It's a cafe here in Marksville, and for new, any patrons who sign up for new library cards, they can present their library card and proof of sign up over at the cafe, and they can get a free treat. And that'll, I'll have that information going out tomorrow up on our website and social media as well. Within the first week of us launching Cloud Library, we had over 500 people checkouts, and I think that worked so well is because we joined 37 other libraries in the state, and we're able to lend and borrow from each other, and it's not only cost effective for our budget. I mean, we have access to the over 200,000 digital that's ebooks and audiobooks, so we're able to keep up with demand now. So I think I would contribute that to us being part of that Louisiana Library Consortium. As far as the parking lot goes, initially we were scheduled for August 16th, but we had to we're rescheduled to start sometime in October. We don't have an exact start date yet. I've been working really closely with Kevin, and as soon as we have that start date, the public will be made aware.
2 to 3 weeks.
2 to 3 weeks, okay. In terms of professional development, staff has completed trainings on new and current library resources such as Gale Legal Forms, and what that is a database containing a wide selection of state-specific and multi-state customizable legal forms. We have homework, we've done trainings on Homework Louisiana, and that is no cost to the public. If library patrons, they can sign up for online tutoring, test prep, and job search assistance as well. They've had training on Checkout Louisiana as well, which has gone live as of yesterday, which I did send out a press release to the local paper, radio stations. Library card holders aged 18 and older can check out free passes to all participating museums in the state of Louisiana. Yes. And myself as new library director, I did attend the new director boot camp at the State Library August 21st to the 23rd, and it was very informative. I learned a lot of essential information, public bid and purchasing laws, etc. Just all that essential information that myself as a director needs to know. And I had an opportunity to network with other library directors, and it was very enriching. I was very happy to have attended. And I am currently preparing the library's budget for the upcoming year as well as our annual report. In terms of community engagement, I've already gone over our partnership with the local cafe. We've also partnered with the Rapides Foundation to host an 8-session literacy workshop for children aged 5 and younger, and their as well as their parent and guardian. It's that's going to be going on. I didn't include it here, but it's going to be going on at our Bunkie branch from now until I believe that first week of November. We also partner with LSU Ag Center, and they'll be hosting their fall vegetables class at our Simsport branch on September 15th. And as far as our art classes go, drawing classes, we've received some positive feedbacks on that since we started in June, and due to popular demand, we were able to arrange it with our local artists that we're able to hold that program twice a month now. So those dates are up on our website as well as in the paper if anybody's interested in attending. Seating is limited. All supplies are, it's on the library. It's supplied by us. So if you want to sign up, just give us a call at Marksville headquarters. Okay.
Andy, quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are we still doing the checkout for litter cleanup tools? Or is it just only during
it was during that period in April for the Keep Louisiana Clean again.
I checked with Bear, but I think they allow it for all year. I would definitely for him to see if we do that all year.
Okay, something I can definitely look into.
For cleanup dishes all through the year.
And definitely get back to you on it.
We spoke a while back about the community room at Simsport. Is that still on the table, or?
Remind me, because
I'll get with you about it.
Okay. Any other questions?
Thank you,
All
ma'am.
right, thank you.
All right, litter abatement, Barry's not here. You gonna?
Take a little bit of good time.
Yeah.
Barry had to work a dump site this afternoon. It's a pretty big deal, and he's out there working, so anyhow, that's the reason he can't make it here today. I believe he's typed up a deal showing everything that he's primarily been doing during the month, and I applaud him for all the hard work that he's doing.
You got a copy?
I'll have a copy. That's,
You got one?
yeah. So in addition to that, what I want to say is, in regards of the litter court, what I want to say is that for the month of August, we held litter court. We actually had 6 people show up that had been cited. We worked them. And we took each case on its own merits. And anyhow, so for the month of August, in terms of the citations, I've got a check for the jury for $1,030 that I'm going to give you in a second. And the other thing is on the hearing panel that we hold once a month. This month we actually had, because we're sending letters out and inviting people constantly here to plead their case on the property standards. So we had 10 people show up this month, and for the most part, everything was positive. People act pretty civil for the most part. And anyhow, so we're working, I believe it's fairly close to 70 cases right now just on property standards. And that's a lot, and it's gonna grow. But the good news is that most people are cordial enough and willing to recognize that the problem is their problem, and they're taking care of it. So, saying that, I want to finish off by just explaining a little bit. Maybe people in the public doesn't realize this, but in terms of the litter court, what the ordinance is called for is just like this check here, is that the way the money flow for this whole litter program is that the ordinance is called that any fine money collected is going to come to the police jury. The court, the litter court, keeps all the litter court, court costs. Okay, so that goes in one fund, and it's a court cost fund, and then the litter fines itself, they come to the police jury. And the agreement is that the police jury gets all this money, and then half of it is rebated back to the litter court. Okay, and then we keep separate checking accounts on this so that there's no mixing of money. Anyone is welcome to look at it. And then once the money comes back to the police jury, that money has to be put into a fund that's strictly allocated towards some type of litter program. Okay, so I think there might have been some issues out there, people questioning the flow of the money and you know what was happening to the money. So we just want to make that clear for everybody. Okay. Anybody have any questions? I'm open to.
Yeah. When's your next litter court?
Litter courts are always on the first Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. First Wednesday. And it's usually we try to make them at 6 p.m. so that if anybody is working, you know.
We've already missed the first Wednesday of this month.
We just had it.
You had litter
We
court?
had it yesterday.
I missed it.
Well, you missed it. But we had 2 of them show up. So anyhow, for the record, it's the first Wednesday of the month, 6 p.m. in Hesmer.
Where at the Hesmer?
Pardon?
In the Hesmer?
In Hesmer, at the City Hall. It's kind of a central site for the parish, and then it's my Ward 4, it's my home site, so that we have access to the City Hall, and we go ahead and do it there.
Is that where you're gonna start having them now?
Having what?
Litter court.
Every month.
Yes.
It's already
In-house?
there.
I've had 3
It's
of them.
already there.
I know, I've been to 2 of them.
Okay,
Same place.
so
What about the ones that we do here?
this is hearing. This is a panel hearing.
Here's the property. That's not a court.
My semantics are bad. Okay, I got you.
This is, the litter court is for people that are getting citations.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Jimmy, do you know if the Marksville signed?
Yes, what we have now, we actually have an agreement with Marksville, it's signed and recorded. We have one with Hesmer. Mansur is having a council meeting Monday night, Barry's gonna talk to them. Cottonport is in the process of discussing it at their council. Simsport, I think, didn't y'all just ask?
Yeah, we had a meeting with the mayor last week, and I think they're gonna move forward with it at the council meeting.
So, keep in mind that the idea behind these agreements is that it sets jurisdiction for Barry. So, we just had a case where he actually wrote someone a ticket around the casino. And then it was established that it's out of his jurisdiction because it's within the city limits of Mansura, and we have no agreement at this time with Mansura. So the ticket had to be dismissed because it was actually out of jurisdiction. Okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
The mayor of Bunkie wants to meet with Barry also.
Great. We're looking forward to it.
Yeah.
All right, engineer report, Mr. Red.
Good evening, Mr. President, members of the jury, ladies and gentlemen. I handed out a engineer's monthly report. The first item is the road improvement program for 2025. We did 6 roads. In case nobody knows that, Ed Carroll, Furman Road, JB Loop, Louis Hormpson, St. Richard's Loop, and a portion of Una Lane. All that work has been done. Y'all provided substantial completion at the last meeting. We're working on punch lists and project closeout right now. And I just got an invoice from the contractor when I returned to the office after lunch. Next year's money's coming in for roads. You have the capital outlay. Mr. Darrell, I don't know how much detail you want me to go in on that, but
Give us an amount that you think.
okay, so you have $1 million in priority 1, but it's general obligation bonds. Okay, so it's priority 1, so that's good, but it goes to the bond commission. The bond commission has to weigh the request for money versus their bonding capacity. And they'll do that as they meet throughout the year. At some point in time, if they get down to your project and they have bonding capacity, they'll sell bonds to finance and provide money for that $1 million. We may not hear that till after January. It may be late in the year before you find out that you have that money. You also have $500,000 in state general fund direct non-reoccurring revenues. That money will be available as soon as we have a cooperative endeavor agreement from facility planning and control. So
So we're sure at 500,000.
yes.
Sure.
That's direct
Yes.
payment.
Pardon me?
Direct?
Yeah, that's direct. Now, both of those will require a local match. Both of those, even though they're both going to require a local match, which is going to be 25%. Okay. Then you have Act 461, which is also House Bill 460. You have 3 roads, Business Loop Road in District 2, Richer Road in District 8, and Beauregard Lemoyne in District 9. They have monies dedicated specifically for those roads. Again, we're waiting on a cooperative endeavor agreement from the State Treasury Department. Once that gets executed, the funds will be available to move forward and do the work.
Those 3 roads gonna be treasury money.
Those 3 roads are treasury money. That money has to be spent on that road.
We know that now.
Okay, now, that money does not require a match, a local match. Other than that, Monroe Farb is still scheduled for letting in November 11th is the exact date. Really don't have anything else. We're continuing to work on the recreational and educational complex and doing those plans and putting those together. We've done some work with the CWEF money where we've changed what they requested to buy. I think we've gotten they originally requested one thing and they got the money, and then now they decide they wanted something else. I think it's meters, but we've gotten that paperwork lined up so that they can start buying the meters. Hopefully by next month's meeting, most of that will be spent and we'll be able to close those out.
Some of the bills we got the other day,
I'm not sure.
we did get some bills the other day, if I remember right, it was meters or something.
Yeah, but we changed the scope of the funding, what he's gonna pay for. Other than that, we talked about it last meeting, the LGAP money for the limestone and street repairs up to $89,553. We have not gotten the paperwork necessary for the money to come in. Other than that, I don't have anything, unless you want me to talk a little bit about the cooperative endeavors now, or you want me to wait till it comes up on the agenda?
Wait till it comes up.
Any questions? Thank you.
Ladies, y'all can go. Okay, we'll move to the business side. Stuff that'll be considered for Tuesday. All right, number one, Mr. Benson, you want to talk about it?
I think that's the balance we owe on, is that, yeah, the generator for the health unit, correct?
Yeah, that's the retainage.
Yeah. And I asked that we pay that, because your punch list is done.
Okay. Any questions, comments on that guy? All right, two will be an authorization to pay Pan American invoice number 35615, which counts for $2,587.50, representing engineering services dated March 24th, and then June 20 through June 22nd, 2025 for Act 776 roadway improvements to 2024. That's in your packet also. We talked a little bit about that today, I think. All right, number three, Mr. Thomas.
I make a motion to approve April McDaniel to receive a raise of $2 an hour, because she's going to be doing cross-training with our police jury office, along with doing her permit office work.
Why is that?
And this is trying to get in compliance with the auditors of having additional personnel available in the office. We've been written up for the last, I don't know, several years by not having enough personnel that are trained in the office.
April will be able to leave her position over there and
do both?
No, she'll be able to do both of them, because it's only a couple of times a month that she needs to be up here. But
there's a lot of stuff.
We do need some other people in the office.
we have to start giving raises. I thought we couldn't give a raise during the budget cycle. We've done that a while back.
That's true.
Couldn't do that. I don't think it's nothing saying that we can't.
And then, how about Dorleen? She's in the office all the time.
Well, here's the problem. This is the problem, is that there's a lot that goes in there that's important. When Laura's not there, whatever Laura's responsible for, nobody else knew what to do.
Yeah, but she's training.
Well, that's why we training her, so if something
Yeah, but-
happens again.
Training who?
April.
How about Dorleen?
She's also gonna train for Darlene's.
She's gonna get a raise?
No.
No. Darlene's not getting a raise.
She said she's not getting any training done.
April's getting.
She should be getting trained, and she's been in there way longer than.
I can't comment on that. I'll tell you after a while. I can't tell you publicly.
That's a personnel.
Yeah, I can tell you
Yeah,
privately.
I'm personnel, I never knew nothing about it.
Well, yeah, we bought this, well, maybe you weren't at the meeting.
Nobody ever told me.
I don't have any issues with anybody per se, but I can tell you one thing, every time you go in that permit office, April is to the block working. I mean, I think she has all she can have.
That's right.
So, you know, why are we moving her?
We're not moving anybody.
We're not moving.
Well, yeah, so why she needs a raise?
But if somebody is not here.
Because we're asking her to do something beyond her scope of duty.
Y'all ever asked Darlene?
Can't answer that now.
Can't talk about personnel in open meeting.
I will
Let's
tell
stay
you.
here and give them a notice.
It's a private conversation.
Gotta give them notice. Can't talk about them in open meeting. I think you maybe need to call a meeting.
Yeah, would have to be a private conversation.
I'm on the personnel committee, I never
Yes,
knew
you
nothing
are.
about it.
Yes, you are.
Never knew nothing about it.
That's why I think you need to call a meeting, Mr. Moore.
All right.
You start giving raises like that, look out.
Well, you know, we'll put it on there, it's on the agenda, you put it on there, you vote for it, or you don't vote for it. Okay, I'll tell you after a while. All right, number 4 is approve revisions to the following CEAs. Louis Harmson, J.B. Lube, Furman Road, Ed Carroll. You wanna touch on that, Mr. Red, just to?
I handed out a spreadsheet. There's a CEA for each of these roads that were funded through House Bill 782 in 2024 legislation. There's several attachments to that CEA. A couple of them have to be revised. They had some information that was incorrect. What needs to be done is a resolution by the jury to approve the president to sign a letter to the Treasury Department recommending adjustments to those attachments. And I have some letters drafted for Mr. Darrell to sign, and I've spoken with Treasury on what they need to say to correct the paperwork so that we can pay the vendors in accordance with the information on the attachments.
Okay. Let's jump back to number 3, guys. Let's just table that till we have a personnel committee meeting. Okay, be the best way to handle that. So we'll just take that off and we'll table that. All right, number 5, Sam.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the motion that we send a letter to the DENR, which is actually the Department of Environmental and not Engineering. Anyway, opting out of the state's requirements for a solar panel, for a solar farm. The main reason we want to do that is so that we receive the permit fees. Because if they go with the state version, which the state is requiring, unless we have a version and unless we ask to opt out, the state will take those permit fees.
Okay.
And we need that.
Yeah, we're for that permit.
And we spend enough time on this permit.
All right, 6 and 7, Jacob, go ahead and touch on both of those.
All right, now Kevin will touch on 6. So,
All right.
we'll make a motion Tuesday night to move the power line at Monroe Far Bridge. What is in the way for the cranes for the new bridge coming this year or next year?
Yes, whenever you have off-system bid program, any utilities that have to be relocated, it's up to the entity to relocate those utilities, which in this case is a power line that's in our way on one side of the road. This is the first one we've actually had to pay for. Ones we did in Bunkie, we were able to negotiate with CLECO and just move them. The ones we did across the river and a few other places, we did some work for them and they moved them for free. This one right here, they have to bore under and go across. They can't move the power line to the other side of the road because of some large trees that are in the way. So they're actually going to bore, put all the power line underground for this 400 feet. All right. This price that's on y'all packet is from CLECO. Okay, they are the utility owner, and I'm working on getting a couple other prices from the power line contractors who are licensed to work for CLECO on their power lines. Can't just get them from anybody. You know, not just anybody can work on everybody's power line. So, what we can do is, you know, not to exceed. If y'all want to do that, and I can meet with the Road and Bridge Committee and hey, this is the cheapest price we got, because the power lines have to be moved by the first of the year.
So you're saying not to exceed 75,000?
Yes, sir. The price we got right now is 72,000. So if you want to put
Hey,
75,
Kevin, what's the total cost of that bridge?
Huh?
The total cost of that bridge if we had to pay for it?
be like 1.2 million.
So we're getting a $1.2 million bridge for $75,000?
Yes, sir.
And make a deal.
pretty good deal.
Okay? And number 7?
Oh, yeah, also too, I'm gonna pass a resolution, recognizing September 11th. Road and Bridge.
Road and Bridge. Yeah.
And I'll pass a resolution recognizing September 11th to read the memorial at 911 Center.
All right, number 8 is approve City of Marksville to demolish 2 structures on 204 Felix Street, 275 Legion Drive. Any of you Marksville boys know about that?
Yeah, what was, who, me?
Yeah, it's in your district.
Why are we involved in that?
That's some adjudicated property that's
Yeah.
50/50.
So we part owner of the property.
I got you.
So they had to get with us.
That's the city and the parish.
I mean, they tearing them down all over town, so that's
So
good.
what is the cost to do this? What is the
I think
demolition
I think they got a grant for doing it.
They got a grant for
Yeah.
that, the city
Right,
of
but-
Marksville.
It's no cost to us.
Yeah, it don't
It's
cost
just,
us a lot.
It's basically to help Marshall demolish 2 structures. What I'm asking is, what is the cost to demolish? I'm not
It's all-
talking about how much money they got.
We're not saying
It all
we're gonna
varies.
help.
Different
They're
ones
demolished.
vary.
We're not paying for it.
It all varies, different houses, might cost three.
No, it says here, approved City of Marshall demolish 2 structures, one on Felix and one on Legion. So,
It's
They
your
doing it.
permission.
Set the price,
It's your
what is it
permission.
gonna cost to demolish it?
huh?
It has to
It's
give
all
permission.
varied. It costs different prices to tear them down. Might be a little bitty old house, the other one might be a big
Don't they
one.
have a bid on this?
Oh, yeah, the town takes care of that, we don't have to
So-
do that.
So what do y'all,
We own it.
why do y'all have to?
We own part of
Because
it.
we own
We
50%
have,
of it.
we have owned
Adjudicated.
it. The city's gonna spend their money from a grant to
Yes,
tear this down,
adjudicated property.
okay?
I understand.
So it's not gonna cost us no money. All we're gonna do is say,
Prove it.
y'all go
Green
ahead
light.
on and do it.
Okay, all right, I understand that. Okay.
Number 9, Sam.
I'm gonna move to nominate Clint Orman to the Fire District 2 Board. And on Tuesday night, I will also have another nomination for the Bunkie General Hospital Board. They're okaying on their board meeting today. James Mixon passed away. I don't know if y'all
Yeah,
were aware.
I saw that. Mr. Mixon passed away.
So it's a person to take his place.
They'll have him named, they'll tell you by
They have
Tuesday.
it, they have it now, but they have their own board meeting today that they have to agree.
Okay. All right, number 10, authorize Kevin Moore to attend the LPESA conference,
I'm gonna
October
bring
8th,
that
9, for $150.
I'm gonna bring that up.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask Debbie to do it.
Yeah, he talked to us about that one ago. Number 11, Mr. Clyde.
So the health unit asked to put some cameras up, and they got some quotes. And we didn't do bids, we just got quotes, okay? But the quotes are $7,112 from PC 911. PC 911 is the place right down the street. It's the only place in Avoyelles Parish. They a little higher than the others. They're like $1,500 higher than the lower bid. But PC 11 has the cameras at the courthouse. We have a contract with them. They're local in Avoyelles Parish. They got a service contract with the jury already. We got an established business relationship with them. Their time to our response will be much quicker if we deal with these other 3 companies, because they're like got a 30-minute response. They're recommended by the regional program manager, and also I'm going to recommend them, even though they're $1,500 more than the other quotes.
Okay.
And we don't have to bid it, and so that's my reason for where I'm going to recommend them. PC 911 com.
All right.
Mr. Danny, I didn't hear you, you said y'all don't have to bid this, correct?
Right. Yeah. It's just quotes that we received. Yeah.
All right. Any other business that needs to be brought before the jury?
Mark, did you have some? You didn't?
No, sir.
I guess you could have talked about the,
I was here for the demolition that y'all went through.
Okay.
So I was correct? Yeah. I didn't see you there.
You blowing up, Marcus?
You blowing up. I wish I'd have seen you there. You could answer the question. Huh?
What have y'all decided, or do you think else to be done, or not, or?
We will continue working it, and as rock is needed, continue working the road, get back to the shape it was at the time for
Like
hunting season.
If it starts raining, that's the only access to water kind of area. What's gonna happen then? We'll shut all that off too?
No.
Well, hopefully we gonna have it back before that time.
And the guy that did it, you know, he was trying to help the road and help improve it.
He spent a week out there working that.
And then a rain caught him, a rain caught him and messed it up. But Kevin got a hold of it, and he working on get back in good shape. Yeah.
What's gonna happen for a fire truck or ambulance to get back there? There's 190 property owners back there. If something happens, if it's raining, you cannot get back there.
Kim was in shape of it today.
Good.
Do you foresee a problem with the rains? Is it a problem?
Not like it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Alan, that's your area right there too. You were related.
3 weeks ago, you could not bring an ambulance, you couldn't hardly bring a four-wheel drive truck down there. But Kevin's people have been working very hard trying to bring it back. It takes
Last week,
time
we had an
to
accident
repair.
back there, the fellow flipped the forklift. We called 911, Moorville and Baltimore Fire Department refused to go. Bruyette went, had to come all the way around. By the time they got out there, Clico had made it out there and put out the fire.
Ambulance didn't wanna go fire trucks probably because they couldn't get down the road.
Oh, I can tell you, we keep working and keep adding rock, that's all we can do.
I'm not.
I've been on it. It's been a while, but I've been on it.
Oh,
I don't
Like
see,
Alan said, if you don't have a four-wheel drive truck, you're
I
not
don't see
getting-
how they're gonna take cane out of there if it's at all wet.
Not yet.
They-
I hate
they're
to see
not.
when they start harvesting and it rains.
So are y'all gonna at least try to get the farmers to pay for services?
We can talk to him, but his former lost his house last week. We tried to ask him, but the former lost his house last week. House burnt down to the ground.
This is gonna be a
It's
issue
a
with the
bad
district
situation.
attorney.
There's more than one farmer back there. Yeah, there's
It's
several.
not just one, there's some others
There's
involved.
several farmers back there.
And the other farmers, like the GO them, they helped out before. Actually, they paid for the bridge back there. Before I got the
On
jury.
that private property.
Correct.
Jacob, they did not give the former permission to do that, because the former personally told me that he got permission from the parish to do it.
I've been told.
I don't think he was telling you the truth.
I'm telling you what, I spoke to the man myself.
Well, it was said that he got
You know what I'm
permission
talking
to do,
about, Al. I stopped talking to you the next day.
Yeah.
said he got permission to do a certain part of the work that he did. Not all the work that he did, just from what I heard tonight.
Half of it from the lot all the way to Wolf Prairie.
Yeah, but I don't know where it's at.
Yeah, 5 miles.
You need to go ride and
They're,
experience the
they're,
water.
they're putting 2 more wells back there. I spoke to the man day before yesterday. 18 little tappets, they increased by 3 times out there. They can't go right now, they have to watch the weather because of that accident that happened a month ago. An 18 little bogged down inside the pit, had to call a rescue of Jonesville to come pull them out.
One of them $700 records.
Actually, they used a dozer to pull him out because the wrecker couldn't pull him. They used a bulldozer to
We
pull
need a
him.
motion to,